Hey everybody, so finally I'm here, I'm back with an update. It is Tuesday, July 7th, 2015, and I am cycle day 10. So I am on my 31st cycle of trying to conceive, and I know I promised you guys that I would update you when AF showed, but it's just hard to get motivated and get up off the couch and make the video when it's not something positive. So I'm actually going to do kind of like a live OPK. Well, I'm not going to move the camera so you guys can see it. I'm just going to do the tests, and then when I'm done talking, show you the results. The last few days I've got the solid circle with the digital and just barely faint lines on the line progression tests, and I've just been doing one test a day. So I'll start those and then we'll get into what I'm doing different this cycle. Okay, so the tests are running right now, and I'll go ahead and show you which ones I'm doing. Obviously the clear blue digital that I showed before, and I'm doing one of the new choice ones from Dollar Tree. And I had some of these cheap strip ones left over from a long time ago, and they actually expire 30 days after you open them. So I was going to toss them, but as I was unpacking my stuff from the move, I came across them and I thought it'd be fun just to see if they're even close to what the other tests say. So I am doing things a little bit different this cycle than I ever have in all my cycles. I decided to go ahead and try the Soy Isoflavones, and the reason I decided to try that supplement versus all the other ones that have been recommended to me, and people keep pushing, you know, Vitex and Fertility and evening primrose oil and, you know, the raspberry ketones and the soy isoflavones, and I get kind of frustrated with that because my cycles for the past year have been perfect. I've had perfect cycles. The length of my cycles are spot on. They're anywhere between 24 and 26 to 27 days long. They aren't extended. They're not, you know, I'm not having these long crazy cycles where I don't know if I'm pregnant or not, and I'm not having super short cycles that are not healthy. And when it comes to AF coming, I am having like perfect AF, or I guess periods, because my flow is very light and it's only a few days long. And back when I was having ultrasounds, my concern was that maybe having these light short periods, I wasn't building up a good uterine lining, and maybe that was contributing to like implantation. But every time I had an ultrasound, my lining was perfect. So I'm having these perfect cycles, and all of these supplements are, the way people describe it is, oh, I started taking Vitex, or I started taking Fertility Aid, and my cycles are, you know, back to normal, and my periods are lighter, and my cramping is almost gone, you know. So these supplements seem to be helping people with these typical TTC, you know, infertility issues, where people have, you know, extremely long cycles or really short cycles, and I don't feel like I fall into that category. Now I am, you know, I do suspect that I'm probably not ovulating, and maybe taking those supplements would help with my hormones, but a lot of the research that I've done says that if you're having normal cycles, that you shouldn't take them. So I've always been iffy, you know, even though I hear about it and people are like, oh, I took Vitex and I was pregnant, you know, right away, and those things sound exciting to me, but I kind of feel like if it doesn't apply to me, then I'm not going to get those wonderful BFP results. And then I believe the evening primrose oil, I could be wrong, I believe it helps with cervical mucus, ladies who are, you know, having issues with that, and I don't have an issue with that. So even people who recommend, you know, pre-seed, I've tried pre-seed, we use pre-seed just to have it, but I don't have an issue in that area, as well as I don't have an issue with the lengths of my cycle or, you know, cramping when I have my period. I've been very lucky to have these perfectly normal cycles, And the last doctor that I was seeing ran tons of blood work and tons of tests, and everything came back normal. Everything came back perfect. My hormone levels are perfect. My testosterone is perfect. My sugar levels, my insulin levels, my cholesterol, my triglyceride, I mean, everything that you could possibly think of. All my thyroid levels were spot on perfect. Nothing was below or above what they were supposed to be. And that's when she said, I can't help you anymore because I have not a clue to where to even start as to what is wrong and why you're not getting pregnant. And then I moved. So I don't feel like I need an herbal supplement that's going to regulate my hormones or screw with my cycle. So like I said, I had decided that if I was going to try anything, I was going to try the Soy Isoflavones. And I was super skeptical, and I waited and waited and waited because you have to take it like you would take Clomid. It's supposed to be nature's Clomid. It works in a sense of the same way that Clomid would, is that it mimics the estrogen and, you know, helps with ovulation is what it does. And you only take it, you know, either cycle days 3 through 7 and 5 through 9, just like you would your Clomid, and you take the same type of milligrams that you would with Clomid. So hearing Clomid, and all of my research that I did on it, it scared me. It made me think, oh my gosh, you know, my cysts, like, is this going to aggravate my cysts like Clomid did and cause more issues for me? Is this a smart thing to do? And I debated and I just kept reading on it, and I wasn't finding anything that, you know, concluded that it would mess with my cysts. So I have this entire cycle, and actually when I'm supposed to go to my new gyno is supposed to be the week that my period starts. So I figured I have one full cycle before I go back to testing and back to whatever prescribed medications and fertility specialists and, you know, baby dancing on a schedule. I figure I would try this one thing one last time before we go. So like I said, I contemplated, and I finally decided on cycle day 5, which is the very last day that you can take it, to go ahead and try and take it. And I picked this up at Walmart. And it's just the Spring Valley Soy Isoflavones. These are 40 milligram capsules, and it was like $6.97 or $5.97. It wasn't very expensive. And I took 4 of these a day on cycle days 5 through 9. So that's 160 milligrams. And when I was taking the Clomid, I was taking 100 milligrams cycles day 3 through whatever. You take it for 5 days. So I don't know. Maybe it will do something, maybe it won't, but I can assume that once I go to the doctor, he's not going to be recommending that I take these. He's going to be wanting to take his own approach. So, but I'm now in my fertile week. I'm waiting to ovulate, and I'm doing, you know, baby dancing every other day, taking my OPKs. I'm finished with the soy. I finished yesterday, and I don't know, we'll just have to wait to see what happens. And we'll see what the tests say. So the clear blue came negative, completely negative. And the Dollar Tree came out completely negative, as well as the Cheap Strip. So everything's negative. It is the evening, and my urine is very diluted. I've been drinking tons of water. So I don't know if that could maybe contribute to some of this, but I will be testing again tomorrow, maybe tomorrow evening. I don't want to keep dragging the video on. I think I've talked about everything that I wanted to talk about just in my TTC update. But something I want to mention is that I have, for TTC reasons, I have decided to start a high-fat, low-carb, ketogenic style type of diet. And I say that because I am very new. I want to be full keto. I would like to do the full ketogenic diet, but because I'm so new to it and I'm still doing a lot of research, I don't want to just jump right into it. So I'm doing the high fat, I'm doing the low carb, and hopefully in a few weeks that will be my goal, is to reach ketosis and to do a full keto diet. but I'm not going to go on and on about it this video because I plan on immediately after I stop filming this one filming a whole video about it. So it is in hopes to help with the PCOS, help with the insulin resistance, maybe spark some ovulation or some good ovulation, and it's what I need. It really is what I need. I need to lose some weight. I need to get healthy. I'm ready to be as healthy as I can be, and so I'd like to take every one of you on that journey with me. So I'm going to be doing probably like an introduction video, which will be put up next, and then I really want to start doing maybe like weekly weigh-ins or, you know, some tips and tricks on what I'm doing. So hopefully the 2-week wait is around the corner and we can, you know, maybe be on our way to BFB. So thank you so much for watching.